Okay, I put the hose clamp on, but I moved it over to the electronics bench because we're ready to start electrically wiring up the valves in the right order here. So let me undo this electrical tape and see what's going on underneath. Very gooey. Okay, so we have the connections exposed, and I'm assuming that everything's wired right. So 3 doesn't have any wires coming out of it. That's the big culprit that we gotta deal with. Valve number 8 has its wires cut short, but it's usable. So I think I might use valve number 8 to go to number 3. And I had to see, I'm assuming that the this connector that went to the dual pressure regulator, I'm assuming that they're tapping off of valve 3 for that. So I'm assuming this orange is valve 3. But actually I don't have to assume because I can test that out. So let me just cut open the heat shrink because we're going to remove this anyway. Boy, this is some tough heat shrink that they used. Okay, so then put my meter on continuity. So we want to see if orange is 3, which all the negative pins for the valves are 1, 2, 3. So orange is 3. Okay, so basically we got to move 8 to the 3rd slot and then extend the wires from 8 to go to orange and then where all the grounds are going. And at this point it's probably easier. I can unsolder I'm just going to cut the ground side because that'll be easier. And go heat up without adding any solder. Yeah, they used the good stuff back then. Then it had that. It's a. How old is it? And actually, I'm just going to cut it now that I have it separated some. But yeah, stuff we soldered today, if you fast forward 30 years, it's not going to heat up on a whim like that. Not anymore. Okay, so I'm just going to remove it from the base because these assemblies, I call them like the first stage assembly. I don't know what the name. They're kind of finicky. Oh, let me take off the exhaust. Okay, and very important, you got to keep track of the gasket. The gasket stayed on the valve. Another thing is there is little O-rings on these screws. So we'll see if number 8 comes off that easily. Now I thought about that valve bank. I thought about taking the one of these off that other valve bank, but I'm not going to do that because that one's already wired up complete. But of course, if I have to in the future to salvage parts to get a valve working, I have no problem taking that apart. Okay, there we go. Gasket's on there. There's also a little air filter in there that can get, oh, sorry. Gasket's in there. And then also on that one port, there's also a little mesh filter that can get clogged too. So the surface looks clean that I'm connecting it to. And once again, you want to make it snug to have a good seal, but you don't want to strip anything out. And then we got to put this in, or we'll have air. Okay. So now I need an extension wire, which I should have plenty of that, unless, what was the last project I used that for? Oh, you know what? Last project I used it for was that Christmas Jesus sign. Did I use up all the wire? Let me check. I might have used up all the wire for that project. I think I did because I think I had, for the last bit, I had to use some scrap wire. I mean, this stuff will work. I don't want to use this stuff though. But yeah, I guess I'll just use this stuff because it's not that big of a run. So I'm going to strip this back. I don't do the hook method because I've never had a problem in the past. I mean, obviously, if you're like in a military situation, I guess, yeah, do the hook method, but I never had a problem in the past, so I'm not gonna start now. Okay, and then heat shrink. That's barely the right size, but it works. And I'm not going to risk it with that small of a size since I'm going to be closing it in. Next size up. Let me see if I can get up. Oh. So try to keep you guys in the shot there. That almost burnt my hand. You see this nice and tight. Okay, so the ground's on there. And then we just gotta go to orange to here. So Okay, there's already solder on there. I'll put some... Oh, no, that's off the camera. So we'll move it down over here. Try to keep you guys informed. So I'll put a little bit of fresh solder on there. And then tin this side. So you try to do this while keeping you guys. You see, that's all I do. Like I said, I've never had a problem with anything coming apart. Okay, so that was actually kind of easy. Before I heat up the heat shrink, we definitely want to test it out though and make sure it's working electrically. So I'll be right back.